Hey there, friends and neighbors on the interwebs, on the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you end up finding this. I'm going to put it in a couple different places. But it's Sunday, October 29th, and this is the last Tarot Snapshot for October 2023. As such, this is the last time that I will be using the Halloween Tarot for this year. I bring it out in October and I put it away when October is done. So let's dive right into it. The Tarot Snapshot is a simple 3-card reading, and what it does is it shows us who we are in this moment. So I'm going to set the intention that this reading is for anybody that happens to find this video. So this is for a whole lot of different people out there, a whole lot of different backgrounds, a whole lot of different situations going on, and in fact, this reading is going to be for me as well. So really appreciate the tarot and the insight that the cards bring. The next card is what vexes and perplexes us. And the next card after that is what heals and reveals. So I like to think of it as the thorn in our side and the rose, because I'm all about the roses. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to cut the deck right here. And this card represents us. So the King of Bats, the King of Swords. So the King of Swords, the King of Bats, this is the protector. This is that martial energy. So anybody that sees this, let's lean into the idea of a sword for a moment. Let's lean into the idea of weapons. Let's lean into the idea of war. For me, there is no glory in war. To go to war, to be offensive, to go steal from others, there's no glory there. There is a need for weapons in our life, though. There's a need to protect our borders. There's a need and glory in making sure that war doesn't come to us. I don't want to lean into politics. I don't want to lean into any of that, but swords exist for a reason. There are bad people out there, and those bad people, well, they're not going to have ethics and morality. So we have to have the ability to protect ourselves. So whether you're a person about weapons, whether you're a person of self-defense, I do think that whoever's seeing this has the ability to protect that which they love. And that's the important thing to remember about love. Well, let's lean into the rose for a moment. The rose without the thorn gets trampled on, which means as soon as you have something to love, you have something to protect. So anybody that's watching this loves something. As such, if you love something, you will protect it. This is like that mama bear energy that's going to kick butt when her cubs are threatened. So let's lean into that idea of strength, not being something that's offensive, but being something that's defensive. And again, as soon as you have something to love, you have something to protect. There is so much value in that. There's so much goodness in that. I've got a family I love dearly. I am going to protect them with everything that I have. I'm not going to feel bad about it. Neither should you. So that's going to be the card of who we are at this moment. Sit with what you love. Sit with who you love. And as such, consider what you would do to protect them. Okay. The next card is what vexes and perplexes us. So the thorn in our side. The Empress. All right. So we're going to lean into this big mama energy. I think that a lot of us get trained, men and women alike, that to be worthy, we kind of have to be a doormat, or we have to exert ourselves and we have to give over so much of ourselves. So with that being said, think about big mama energy. Like, I have the best mom in the world, and I can remember my mom doing everything to take care of us, and I can remember her doing everything to protect us from even ourselves at some time. But there is this, I don't know if you want to call it cultural conditioning, that women have to be doormats, that moms have to be doormats, that they have to be passive and submissive and like lean away from the things that would require them to be assertive. And that's going to also be a problem in our kind of modern world, where we all hear the term passive aggressive. When we hear the term passive aggressive, that will create a dichotomy in us, almost like a dualism, in the way that we can sort of we can make the assumption that the opposite of passive is aggressive. And I don't believe that. I believe the opposite of passive is assertive. And that's what this energy is, the energy of assertiveness, not aggressiveness. So to be a mom, you're definitely going to have to be assertive. And even if you don't have kids, you can be the mom of your pets. You can be the mom of your home. You can be the mom of your community. You can be the mom of your business and your coworkers. If there are things in this world that you love, mom, dad alike, children, no children, doesn't matter, you are going to go to great lengths to protect them. And that's kind of why this Empress energy, that mom energy, is one that can vex and perplex us. Let's lean into the idea of the card that heals and reveals. So the next card that heals and reveals is this. All right, the Page of Bats. The Page of Bats is the Page of Swords. So we're getting a lot of lessons about swords today. So, okay, let's lean into this idea of an actual sword. A sword, to me, is a tool for home defense, self-defense, that sort of thing. There will be people in this world that take that tool and intentionally turn it into a weapon. The same can be said for a car. Some people will take the tool that is a car and drive it into a crowd. They're going to take that tool and turn it into a weapon. Now, imagine if you were the native of an Amazon tribe and you were in the Amazon jungle and you had no idea what a sword was. And you were just kind of bumbling along, doing your native thing, and you come upon a bright, shiny sword, but you had no idea what it was, and you had no idea that the edges could cut or that it could stab you. And in your curiosity, you picked that sword up and you tried to figure it out. There's a really good chance that you're going to hurt yourself or other people. And that's why I love the fact that in tarot, the sword represents the mind. Because the mind, just like a sword, can be a great tool. But if we don't know how to use it, just like a sword or a car or the internet or religion or any of the other things that are tools for us, if we don't know how to use it appropriately, there's a really good chance that we're going to hurt ourselves and other people. So this is our mind. This is also our strength that we use to protect those we love. If we don't know how to use assertiveness with skill, there's a real good chance that that assertiveness can unintentionally be turned into aggression. So think about the two great forces that you're kind of made up with, right? That you have the love, the rose, and you have strength, which is the thorn. Thorns don't hurt anybody unless somebody crosses them, unless somebody walks all over them, stomps on them. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with being a thorn. And I think that we all have to sit with that. That there is a level of assertiveness that we have to bring to this world to protect ourselves, to protect other people, to maintain boundaries. The rose without thorns gets trampled on. Love, compassion, empathy, grace without boundaries is self-sabotage. And I want to repeat that to you. Love, grace, compassion, empathy without boundaries is self-sabotage. So this is all about having boundaries and understanding it's not healthy to be a doormat or to be too overly passive and let people walk all over you. You know why I don't let people walk all over me? Because I'm not only protecting myself, I'm protecting my grandmother in spirit. My grandmother, who loved me dearly, she suffered greatly in this world, and if I want her to rest in peace, I have to be in peace, and she is not here to protect me. I have to protect myself. So I'm not just protecting myself, I'm protecting my grandmother's grandson. And I'll tell you, there is great glory in that. So I'm pretty good with my boundaries. That's Tarot Snapshot for this Sunday, October 29th. Please enjoy the rest of October. Make sure you have a wonderful Halloween. Take care of yourself out there. I really appreciate you.